Hey guys, Jason Hitchings with Adept Defense. So I'm out on the range today to re-zero the RMR on my carry gun. This is a Agency Arms Gen 3 Glock 19 full build with a RM07 6.5 MOA dot with the dovetail forward of the optic. And I just recently switched the barrel in this gun and a new battery in the optic, so I'm going to go ahead and re-zero it. And I've had some questions about how I zero my RMR, so I thought I'd make a video and run through the process on how I do it. First, I zero them at 10 yards and get a really good zero at 10, and then I move out to 25 and fine-tune it at 25, because you can get a 10-yard zero, and then once you move it back to 25, you'll see that there's some little detail imperfections in your zero once you increase that distance. And I think 25 is kind of the standard long distance for a handgun in a defensive type context. So that's how I do it. That is a way. It's not the way, but I'll run you through it. Alright guys, I've got a B8 bullseye target here at 10 yards. I'm going to be shooting off a bench rest, so I'm not going to have the gun clamped in a ransom rest or anything like that. I'll just be resting it in a bench rest position and shooting from there. So let's start out 10 yards. Oh yeah, and one more thing I forgot to say before we start. I'm zeroing this gun with my carry ammo since it's my carry gun. Always zero your carry gun with your carry ammo. For me today, it's Federal HST 124 grain standard pressure. So here we go. Alright, that was 5 rounds, 10 yards. Pretty decent little group. Might be just a tiny bit low. I might just adjust this a couple clicks up and then we'll move it back to 25. Alright, we backed it up to 25 and I adjusted my RMR 2 clicks up. So let's try it here. Alright, so it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one of these would be 5. So again, we're 25 yards just on a bench rest, so this is still me shooting it. I'm just resting underneath the gun, so it's not clamped in a ransom rest or anything like that. So I'm going to say I'm still a little bit low, so just to fine tune it, I'm going to move up a few more clicks, probably 3 more clicks, and see where that puts us. Alright guys, so I moved it 3 clicks up and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So still a little bit low. I'm going to move it up just a little bit more and we'll run it one more time. Alright, so I moved it up a couple clicks. I've got 1, 2, I've got a couple high and a couple a little bit low, which is probably somewhat me and the fact that I've got a 6.5 dot, which probably covers about this much of my target at this distance. So it's not going to be super precise. I'm going to stick with this group, put up a new paper, and then we're going to move it back to 10 yards and reconfirm it there. Alright guys, I've got a new sheet of paper up and we're back at 10 yards. Going to do a final confirmation on this. We started at 10, made an adjustment, went to 25, made a few adjustments. Now we're pretty happy with the 25. We're bringing it back to 10 and just reconfirming that we're good there. Alright guys, we're still a touch low. We're right at the bottom of the X-ring, but we confirmed at 25 that we were decent with it. So bringing it back to 10, being I'm, you know, a half-inch low at the most from my point of aim with the point of impact at 10 yards, I'm going to call it good, and we're going to keep this 0 here. Alright guys, just to recap, we started at 10, went to 25, made a few adjustments, got it to where it was pretty consistent at 25, brought it back to 10 to reconfirm it, and we were still a tiny bit low, you know, half-inch at the most at 10 yards, but we know that our 0 is tighter at 25 than what it was when we started out, even though the 10-yard mark is still somewhat consistent with what it was when we started out. And that's the reasoning why I fine-tune it at 25 instead of just calling it good at 10. Because you can get a 10-yard 0, call it good, but then when you shoot at 25, you could be a few inches off if you didn't fine-tune it at that distance. So just wanted to point that out. A couple things to remember: always 0 your everyday carry gun with your carry ammo. And for me, that was that HST 124 grain, so that's what we did today. And this was a way to 0 an RMR, not the way. Everybody does it a little bit different. This is just my way. I'm Jason Hitchings with Adept Defense. Seek training, become adept.